from Los Angeles. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. It is Friday. Good morning. How are we feeling today?
You saw that last night, Jenny?
I saw it. Oh, yes, I did.
You know
saw
what?
your tweets.
NBA champs.
I'll give you this moment because you have had such a hard 2 weeks on this show having to talk about a true GOAT. So I'll give you 5 seconds to talk about the phony GOAT in some silly game at Staples against Denver. I don't know. It's Super Bowl time. It's time to watch Tampa Bay GOAT out on Sunday night.
Baby GOAT.
Yeah.
Where it happens.
Most people think he's already the GOAT.
Oh,
so here we go.
I mean, a baby got to become a grown-up, right?
We have so much to get to today. Yes, we will talk about LeBron, what he did, what the Lakers did. Snoop Dogg will join us later on. But, guys, as Skip said it, it's Tampa Bay time. The Super Bowl is upon us. But here's the situation. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs will try to become the NFL's first repeat champion in 16 years when they face Tom Brady and the Bucs in Super Bowl 55. Tampa Bay is the first team to play a Super Bowl in its home stadium, but are 3-point underdogs, according to Fox Bet Sportsbook. So, Shannon, today is the day you tell me who wins Sunday.
Skip, I've said this all along. I believe it's going to be a shootout. I believe it'll be higher scoring than what it was the original game when they played, and I think the final score was 27-24. I believe more points will be put on the board. I'm hoping that the thunderstorms or the shower that they're expecting, I hope they hold off until...
I don't think it's going to happen. They're saying it's in the morning and it's going to blow away.
So. I'm hoping so, Skip, because the last thing I want is, sloppy play, the rain having an impact on the game. I just wanted to be, everybody on a level field.
Agreed.
And ball out.
That may be the last time we agreed this whole show.
But, Skip, I'm taking the Chiefs because it's hard for me to see a scenario in which the Chiefs does not get 30 points. I watched Washington turn the ball over with their backup quarterback that was taking online classes. He got 23. Drew Brees got 20 points with 4 turnovers. Aaron Rodgers got 26 points with a turnover. My homeboy has scored basically, what have he got? Averages 34 points in his playoff career. 6-1 in his playoff career. He's gotten at least 31 in every single game except the game that he got hurt the first drive of the third quarter against Cleveland. But the matchup within the matchup is going to be JPP, Shaq Barrett, against the 2 backup tackles for Kansas City. Can they protect Mahomes? If they can protect Mahomes, I believe they'll get to the magic number, which is 38. If they cannot protect Mahomes, I still believe they can get to the high 20s, maybe low 30s, but that gives Tampa an opportunity to get to an even higher 30s. So I'm going to take the Chiefs. I got them winning 38-34, and Mahomes is going to be spectacular. He's going to need to be spectacular because, as we mentioned yesterday, Skip, I believe from top to bottom, player for player, roster to roster, I believe Tampa is the more talented of the teams. But I believe Mahomes is the difference maker. I think Fox Bet, and I think all these gambling sites believes Mahomes is the difference maker. So I'm going Kansas City 38. I'm going Tampa 34. And the Chiefs become the first team in 16 years since the great New England teams to go back-to-back.
So you're telling me that a washed-up 43-year-old quarterback with declining skills is going to put up 34 points on Steve Spagnuolo's defense? An architect who shut him down in the first Eli Super Bowl. Really? Interesting.
Hold on. Now, yesterday, that's not what you said. Yesterday, you was talking about they beat the number 2 defense. They did that. They beat the number 4 defense. They did that. They beat the number 9 defense. If you don't mind me asking,
thanks for listening so carefully.
So where's Kansas City ranked? They're in between 2 and 4, or are they in between 4 and 6?
Who had the highest-ranked defensive player on the board, according to Pro Football Focus, Chris Jones of the Kansas City Chiefs. A game wrecker, blowing right up the middle, right in Tom Brady's face at 43, right? You got that going for you, but you're going to poo-poo that.
So one guy, but they got 3 guys on the offensive line in the top 10. We got 1 guy in the top 10, and you're like, oh, Chris Jones. See how you try to build that narrative? If Tom Brady does this, this is his greatest achievement ever.
Okay, it is my turn. And I will begin my prediction with the truest truism I have ever spoken in all my years watching, covering, observing, deciphering your game, professional football. There is one man in sports I do not bet against, especially when the stakes are highest and the pressure is greatest. That man is Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. He is the no doubt GOAT. Yet, he is the doubted GOAT by so many because I picked him and his Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win at New Orleans, to get revenge, to get even with their nemesis, the Saints. And you all but laughed at me on this show sitting in that very seat. Then I picked Tampa Bay to go up to the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field and to outduel Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers in the NFC Championship game, and you all but ridiculed me sitting in that same seat. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to back off. I'm going to pick Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. to do it once more, to do what he has always done in Super Bowl games. I believe because he has won 6 rings with 6 game-winning drives in the fourth quarter overtime of Super Bowls, that he will do it again. We are going to see another late game-winning drive from Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, in which he is installed and instilled in the Patriot way in Tampa Bay, and they have caught fire right on schedule. I think they're a little hotter and a little more meant to be fairy tale story than the Kansas City Chiefs are. I've told you that I think the Chiefs have used up all 9 of their lives this year, and I think they won't have one left this time.
Hasn't Tom used up all 9 of his Super Bowl lives? Because the games have been close, remember?
Every game is close.
Because this is what I don't understand, Skip. The thing that you praise Brady for, winning close ball games, you and others have diminished Pat Mahomes for doing the exact same thing. They're not blowing people out. They're winning. I thought the objective was to win, not by how many. Tom Brady wins by 1, 2, 3 in the Super Bowl. That's great. Pat Mahomes win. Man, they should be blowing these teams out.
Okay. So we'll see about that because I think he's going to do exactly what he always does with a late game-winning field goal drive. But I think the script is going to be flipped on its head. I see a completely different game than you just detailed and outlined for me. I see the opposite of a shootout. I see a defensive struggle on both sides. I do. I see low score. I see 23-20 Tampa Bay over Patrick Mahomes. I say that Tom Brady will swallow his ego in ways that Andy Reid will not be able to. And for once, he'll say, this game is about playing keep away and letting my defense play the game it plays the best, which is take away. Who led the entire National Football League in takeaways? The Tampa Bay defense did. What did Patrick Mahomes do in his first Super Bowl a year ago? Well, late in the game, late third quarter, early fourth quarter, they were still down 20-10, and he threw 2 what I thought were ugly, eyesore interceptions. I was shocked by both of them. But he managed to overcome them by getting away with a 3rd and 15 from his 35 play with 7 minutes left in the game, in which he's got a rusher right in his face, and he just flings it to the moon into the left flat. And Tyreek had to stop, come back, wave for a fair catch, and catch it for 44 yards, and that saved the game. So by Patrick's standards, I thought he was below par in that game. I thought that was a substandard performance by Patrick Mahomes. So I say, with the weight of the world on his shoulder pads, with the world already proclaiming this kid the greatest quarterback of all times, just on eye test, not obviously on resume, that he will get a little desperate because, to your point, they will have a hard time protecting him. I believe that the defense will swarm on him. I believe both those rushers, I believe the 2 inside rushers, I believe Vita Vea and Sue will have their impact, blowing up the pocket from the inside out. And I believe he won't be able to escape as usual because those 2 guys can run on the flanks. And I believe they'll mix in a blitz here or there, but mostly they're going to play cover 3. I think they're just going to play safe defense where you can't get behind us. Tyreek had 203 receiving yards in the first quarter of that game on November 29th at Tampa Bay. He's not going to have anywhere near that because they will double him and they will double Travis Kelce. And I believe this game is going to be about Tom Brady's duration of clutchness. I believe it will be more ball control. I believe they'll run the ball a lot more than you think they will because I think they can run the ball on Kansas City. I believe Brady will be the one in the meeting saying, hey, both of our safeties are iffy for this game. Antoine Winfield Jr., the quarterback of the defense who missed the Green Bay game, I don't know if he can go. He's been limited in practice. He's got a terrible ankle injury. And even if he tries to go, will he be half of what he used to be? I don't know.
Well, Skip, I believe in the first game they played, they wanted to run the football, but they went 3 and out on so many possessions and 17-0.
Well, when he throws for 359 yards in the first half, what do you think's going to happen?
Right.
Okay. So since then, one man has emerged, and his name is Leonard Fournette.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, he's starting to live up to the hype that he had at LSU when I thought he was going to win a Heisman Trophy. Our first year on the show, I predicted he would win that Heisman. And he went to Tuscaloosa once again, and he hasn't been seen since, right? Okay?